Everything ready? All right, we'll go ahead and call to order the budget workshop for the budget year 26-27 for the town of Little Falls. Need to get a motion to approve this agenda. Jimmy makes a motion, Scott seconds, all in favor, unanimous. And so let's just get on with it and let Linda do her thing.
So yes, it looks a little different than in years past. This is thanks to our new software that we have, so I'm able to dump it all into Excel and do it that way. I can still do some pie charts if you want me to. So your first page is just your revenues. This is general fund. From year to date to budget, it's not a lot of difference. We've still got some final money to come in before the end of the year, so that's gonna bring us up to basically the same projected revenue as we brought in this year, so.
Let me real quick, what's this space, what millage rate is this based on?
Same thing we're at now.
Same thing.
6.
Six. All right,
Of course, we don't have digest numbers or anything yet, but don't anticipate it, going down significantly, so. We should be pretty much in a holding pattern with the new legislation, so. Any questions on revenues? Did you look at that revenue, Tanya? Is that still, you think, about the same for funds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only question, first 3 years in scheme of things, it shows a rent, but it's not no longer rent.
There is no longer rent. UPS used to rent our back lot here for
Okay.
parking. And they are no longer doing
Okay.
that. I don't know why, I think it had something to do with facilities available to them, maybe,
Okay.
and since we're not open 24/7, that may
Right.
have had something to do with it, but yeah, they put us on notice that they
Okay,
were no longer interested. The next page, you've got, the interfund transfer out, that's the 25,000. This is based on, if you remember when we did our rate increase at, this past year, and Bill Powell with Georgia Rural Water did the projections, that was building in the 25,000, and then doing another rate increase, which would go into effect July 1 of this year. And then adjust every year, we had a 5-year projection of what that would be. So that's 25,000 from the general fund to subsidize the water fund. And then, your
So we went
department.
down from 33 to
Correct,
25.
correct. And we may not use all 33 this year, but that's what the budget was. So that rate increase is projected to decrease that amount of subsidy. Then you've got your departments, so your first one's legislative, same, and executive didn't change from this year to the proposed year. And then you've got administration, on salaries, I'm divided between admin, court and water. With the bulk of it being in admin. And that's with the 3.8%. I pulled the cost of living from July of last year to July, or to April of this year is 3.8. For inflation, so that's what that's based on.
Can I ask a question? If the part-time position, is that for the seasonal work that's done?
That, the general admin part-time, we've got Jeannie Pluatch, how do you say her last name? Pluatcher. She's filled in a few times if I've had to be out for,
Just a bit of
so it's, yeah, it's for that.
Cause it went down.
Yeah, she hasn't been able to do it the last several times. I mean, we had 1,500, obviously we haven't used that much, so I just wanted to do a little bit. I think her availability may have dropped some.
And a huge savings on legal matters.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, this is just here today, right? So we still got the rest of the year.
Yeah.
I gotta
Um,
be glad about that.
so that one's always subject to change, but,
Question on the travel and education. I am a big believer proponent in elected officials and staff being educated, so I don't know if that's. I don't know how many things that allows. The administration and elected officials to go to or regularly go to. That one meeting, I guess, the big meeting.
yeah, the existing elected officials have not, taken part in that. And that's something that we have not budgeted for, other than the newly official training, but.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, I didn't know if they were wanting that, if that was, okay, but they don't, that's good.
But I do go to, I have to,
That allows yours.
so I have to do court every year, and then I kind of swap back and forth between the finance and the, HR, or not the HR, but the finance and, the regular administrative clerks training.
Okay,
So I kind of pick and choose, since it's hard to get away.
in y'all spare time, there's a lot of good education.
Next is the municipal court. So currently I'm divided 50, next. 60, 20, 20, I think is what I do. So 60% admin, 20 municipal court, 20 wireless.
So that position, as I clarified, combined is 91,344.
Correct.
So the proposal is to have a justified raise, right? And what was it before, or is it the same? Not math.
What is it this year? Is 88 total.
Okay. 5%.
So it's 3.8%.
And that's what you mentioned.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And then the next department is police. And you've got your chief. We did put in $50,000 for the full-time officer. It doesn't necessarily have to be paid out of that. We can still use our appropriated saved money that we've appropriated from public safety, but that'll be a choice that we can make. But with the 35% limit on revenue from speeding citations, we need to put some of that salary back in our regular police budget. It's gonna limit, on this budget, it limits it to about $85,000 for all speeding revenues, including camera.
So this budget is or is not pulling that out of general fund, the second police position? It is pulling it out of general fund instead of the other.
Right, we've got some saved in public safety, but it's building that back in, because with the new legislation, for new money, you won't be able to use it for police salaries. They took that
Got it.
out.
That's the new law that came down. Okay. And you have a full timer. What is, I'm new to this one. Pay incentive for living in town.
So last year, the council adopted a policy for pay incentive for living in town up to $1,000 a month per person that lives in a fire or police.
Yeah, I didn't know that was, I mean, that's what I'm asking the council, I didn't know that was, obviously, that's a new need, so we've never had a paid living in town line item. That's what I'm just asking about.
Right, it was just requested and we discussed it and approved. We had a situation where we had someone trying to move to town and asked if we had a little extra for helping with a stipend, and a lot of different communities actually do that. If you have someone that's on salary in public safety that's living within your town, it makes sense to keep them in town if you can, because they can respond more quickly. So that's what that was for, was kind of incentive for being in town.
Yeah, so that way, it's a good point, because then it's may or may not be used, is what you're saying, versus bumping a salary.
Right.
Yeah, it's not a guarantee.
It's not guaranteeing, it has some guardrails on it.
And it has to be appropriated and budgeted for every year,
Right.
or it goes with.
The big jump in workers' comp.
Well, that's because of that, adding the salary back in. So
Okay,
then,
got it.
it's based on payroll.
That's kind of, I think, very well. So repairs on vehicles in that department, and just. We've got a lot going, are we, what are the age of those, are you considering? Trading them or repairing them, I guess, it's like you're repairing them.
There is the council's got a copy of a estimate that Chief Elrod had asked for replacing the 2019 Tahoe with the Ford Explorer. 65,639. So she can address.
It's just something to look at. We've had so many issues with that Tahoe that the fact that it won't even crank now without a jump box because there's something wrong with the wiring, and I've taken it to 4 or 5 different people that's likely not charged us because they know me and tried to hook it up, and I don't know what's wrong with it. It's just getting a lot of age on it too, and so spending extra money on repair bills is something to look toward in the future, or even now.
With Larry Hamilton coming out, I mean, how many police vehicles do we have in the department? Or how many positions?
And even so with the charger, it's, it said not as much, you threats that people are gonna shoot it and stuff, so I just started to not put it out as much, so it too can be sold and traded.
Can we get anything for the Tahoe traded in, cause it's been a nightmare.
We can't trade
That's
it.
how we can do, I know that,
Can we ethically trade that thing?
I know
No,
that,
state-
that I could get a car from would trade, but I don't think that.
The state doesn't allow, the state will allow counties to trade in, but not cities. So we'd have to put it, we'd have to, what's the word,
We have to declare it
Surplus.
surplus and then put it up.
put it up for auction. And, or sealed bid, or we do sealed bid for it.
Hopefully a department would bid on it, we could get more and leave the lights on it.
Can you wash it
No.
up real
If
good?
not, we'll take the
Tell them
lights
not
off.
to check
I
the
think
history.
I think the law is pretty straightforward, that you can take all of it off,
We
yeah.
could take the lights off and use them.
I think, I make it wrong.
I think we need to get rid of the Tahoe.
Tahoe's been, because I've had a few of the part-time pull out the road and it just dies.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's for public safety, it's not safe.
And I don't wanna go with the Tahoe's again, they're great, so.
Ford's a good choice. It's got a good record. A lot of departments use it.
My department seemed to really like those.
Well, if we should entertain, a new vehicle, we have besides our public safety funds, we do have public safety money that needs to be used probably first. We've got 43,126 and SPOS 6, which is an old SPOS, and we have an additional 110,000 for in SPOS 7. So some of those,
Could
need to
you,
be used up first.
could you adjust that, address this?
Mhm.
Okay.
And once now that, if we take the lights off, that'll bring the price down also of the vehicle. Cause we can either use those or I can trade those in on new ones with the others and not.
That's good.
Next department is your roads, streets and bridges. Didn't change much.
Craig, your department's doing a great job with that.
Yeah. We even been billed.
No.
What is up with Habersham not sending us a bill for that payment?
I don't know, unless their project was so big that they're still
It
working.
doesn't make any sense,
That's an honest man.
cause I came and did the punch list, I gave them. But, you know, they fixed the pavement. They still haven't billed for it.
Now I was,
Maybe
I was,
Habersham paid for it, I don't know.
I was working on the,
I was wondering why it wasn't out, I was like, why is that money not? Is they charged for the pipe replacement?
that was through them too.
That was, through Higgins, but
I think we made that.
we're paying the guys.
I'll have to look.
Okay. And I got a call from the White Camp, was to look at getting White Camp built and looked at, we just patched it, Georgia Power went out. And Georgia Power tore it, and like I said, I need to reach out to Georgia Power, see. If they wanna make that right, yeah.
I know there's some patching we still need to do with that, so. When I read meters.
Oh, it needed this, yeah, no.
All
Next is the water fund. Like I said, this is, based on the projections we got from Georgia Rural Water. So we built in the 25,000 from general fund and the rate increase projection.
The rate increase, I was not able to be at that meeting, I understand her. What is the rate increase?
So we did one increase whenever we adopted it, and then built in a second one for July 1, and then for the next 5 years, basically at 5%.
So
I
basically
think it was at
5%
5%.
increase.
To stay ahead of inflation.
And with that 5% increase, the town will subsidize the 84. That's what's coming, okay.
25.
I'm sorry, the 25, we've got budget expenses, water charges of 84.
Yeah, for this first year. it'd be 20. And Bill wants to look at it every year, so he's gonna. We'll adjust as
Yeah,
necessary.
okay.
And next is hotel motel tax fund, which has taken a dive. We've only collected $843 this year. In hotel motel tax, so I don't know what happened, seems like once. Airbnb and everybody started reporting. And collecting and submitting, all of our revenue has gone down, so maybe we lost one. One short-term vacation rental out on the Loop Road, they're not there anymore, but. That's the only change that I know of, so I don't know exactly why such a decrease, but. Not that it was ever huge in the beginning, but it's significantly less than it. I don't expect it to change any.
Can I ask a question about the water? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The employee, the rec employee, that's being outsourced, or do we have an employee in our town?
No, it's outsourced to American Water.
Okay, so they're doing. it.
It's underwater operating.
And then, so we're not really budgeting about as much improvements because of the water still coming from Devon's, is that?
Well, this is in, most of our water improvements are gonna come from,
Lost.
yeah, other buckets, so
Other-
there's
So
slots.
it's on the
there's
next
other-
page, thank you.
Yeah, so it's just not in the regular. And then you've got SPOS. Some of those don't have specific projects identified yet, that's more or less what buckets we have available. How much money we have available in each one. So some of those don't have a specific project identified with it yet, but you see what's there to work with, minus what we still have to pay for if we ever get billed for the thing.
So that's where you're seeing, the public safety, if it's necessary to deal with vehicles.
Correct. Yeah, there's some in 6 and some in 7. But we've got 6, 7, 13, 19, now 25, so we have a lot of open spots, so I know.
Yeah, money sitting on the shelf.
We gotta use the old money before we start using it, when we can. Like, so even some of our other public safety, you know, if it's a capital outlay, we need to use that old money.
Is the spot 6 to recreation, is that the new thing that they've done?
It's something that the problem is it's supposed to be in Habersham County, and we don't own anything in Habersham.
Oh, because it's Habersham Splash, is there any way to outlay it somewhere else?
We have to
Outside.
do a project before we don't have to use $25,000 worth of it.
So we gotta do it in Habersham,
We've got,
but we don't own land in Habersham.
So when I was on that, at that point, they allowed us, they knew our whole town, our business side is Raven, and they were okay with us.
Just tell them
That's
we're
what
touching on
it does.
Habersham or, but
I think we could get away with it,
Touch
just
with it.
like City Hall.
Yeah.
Or some, you know, something
Yeah.
here, like we did the building improvements and.
I think that's where the canoe thing came up, we were gonna spend a little bit of money there, and then we were able to move the money out of the bucket.
Yeah, so if we
That's-
identify the
Yeah.
project, do the project, then we can move the remaining to something else that was included in that spot.
And then the 17,000 that's in, I guess, buildings, roads or water, is that?
Which one are you?
No, it's spot 6, sorry. I'm just saying where this old stuff is.
That's interest, so yes, those are all I
So that's-
didn't include recreation because we
Right,
can't
so-
figure out how to do.
So that's interest, so you just spread it among all.
So it could be used for any of those projects that were
And
identified,
then we've got public safety. Spot 6,
right,
what was up there?
that could be police or fire.
So we can buy a vehicle from that fund.
Mhm. Yeah, anything capital.
Is that what's going on with the Rock House?
We're currently, we have. We're in the process of plans, preliminary plans, those got finished. We need to put it out to bid, but we got hung up with septic because the septic cannot be used that's in place there now. So it's either got to be moved up to where we were gonna have the parking. Or we've got to get an easement from the state park,
Yeah, they,
so. We've got the drawing to approach them and talk to them, the mayor's talked to them, they wanted to see a drawing of how much.
so that's in here on the budget. In here that money is.
It's under public safety fund.
Good.
Under the kitchen. But yeah, those last 2 pages are the public safety. I'll make you a copy as soon as we get done here of those. You'll see where we allocated those previously to those different projects, but. The Rock House is basically in that, on the last page under that.
So what's a rough guess of all the SPOS money sitting out there? That'll allow the town to do some, continue to do the improvements they want. I would be cool. Probably four.
You gotta knock off about 80,000 for the road. So we've already spent, we just haven't paid out.
Right, have been paid out.
That's out of SPOS. I think it's out of SPOS 13 and 19.
Like we use oldest money first.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be 13, 19.
So this 13 was actually a T-SPOS. I think.
No,
No, SPOS. I think we already spent 39, 729 is what I'm saying. I've spent the 29 and 19.
T-Splox is on the last one, that peak.
The T-Splosh is what I'm hoping to fix the bridge. So far,
Yeah.
I need that.
Good.
I gotta add more. That's the problem.
Any other questions?
No, I just have a comment. I appreciate the council working hard on this because it's tough on the budget, Linda and the mayor, but money sitting on the shelf, you've got to spend on some projects that need to be done. It's good. Nothing's quick. Do I?
That's nothing
No,
happens.
it's ridiculous.
Even when you try to go quick, something stops.
Jams you up like septic.
So, our next meeting would be, unless we need another workshop, would be the public hearing on June 2nd. That's at 3:30.
Yeah, let me set my alarm.
3:30
What
on June
All
2nd.
right, I do have it at 3:30, this one instead of 6, okay, that's good.
And then we would be set for budget adoption at the June 11th meeting at our regular council meeting. Unless you all have any suggested changes, I just need to know about the vehicle, whether to build that in.
Let's get rid of the Tahoe by the Ford.
Yeah, can the Ford come out of SPOS 6, the majority of the interest, the public safety?
Yeah, I think that's what Linda had recommended.
They're using the old money to get rid of the
Yeah.
old vehicle,
Yeah.
that's I'm all for that.
Do that, that'll knock out almost all except for the recreational part we need to figure out.
Yes,
Yeah,
yep, you sure can.
And if we did something in Raven County, is there an officer, that's gonna come and get us? How they gonna know? Does that make sense?
I mean, I think it would have to be within reason, like I said, if it's, they let us use it, they don't even have the oversight committee in.
I don't have it anymore, but if they,
what if we included,
Can we
use some of that money for the public restroom part of the project at the Rock House?
I thought about something at the Rock House, something
or
here,
something, just do a simple vote thing at the Rock House and then
Yeah,
we put the rest toward the sign, we need to put, we hadn't already allocated money towards the sign,
yeah, no.
that's what I'm saying, so.
couldn't, that's lost, might be able to.
You can, well, once you apply some of it toward recreation, then you can go where it's like.
Yeah, cause there's
Do we have to at some point consider expanding the bays for the fire trucks to allow for new vehicles? Because the new vehicles are longer. I
Yeah,
don't know if that's physically possible, but
kind of toss the idea around of seeing what it would cost to extend this portion of City Hall up one more story.
Yeah.
And then we could take the office space and storage space out of the fire department and move that equipment, everything up there. That could also be for training, we could have a bunk room. That would also sort of set us up to a point where if we ever decide to hire someone as a full-time firefighter, we would be able to house someone here. Right now, we can't, but that would definitely make the bay long enough for newer trucks. Because now I understand the Tahoe is giving trouble, but I've got trucks that are 30, 40 years old out there. And we have problems with them, we keep them running, so. You know, it'd be nice to be able to get another, replace at least one of those trucks at some point. But we can't do it in the station that we've got, so we need to build a new station. Modify this one or do something, so. Definitely a conversation to start having. But right now, if we ordered a truck, it would be, I think they are 9 months out, if you take them off, straight off the assembly line, no customization.
That come out of safety. fund.
Yeah. All that project
We're
is
just
come out
trying
of
to figure out how to
safety.
spend this policy.
Yeah.
No.
Well, he was just asking about
Yeah.
fire trucks.
Okay, I thought you were taking it out of this.
No, I wouldn't take that as
I
spoil.
just have a concern about buying another police vehicle when we already have so many.
Right,
I mean, I understand we need to use the SPOS money and that's a good use for it, but I don't understand why we need to add another vehicle.
right.
I mean, I'm just looking
Until we
for
get rid of.
somebody to tell me why.
Yeah, Until we get rid of what we've got at least.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, again, if we're running to the limit of using that SPOS, then we should use it. But if we have leeway, then and where are we gonna put it?
Right.
We would have to surplus.
Yeah, we're getting ready to.
There's
Liquidation.
surplus in two,
It's not add placement.
Get rid of the two that.
so you'll go from 4 to 3.
Yeah.
But I don't see why we need three.
Good point.
Yeah,
And that's what I don't understand. I mean,
right.
I understand wanting to upgrade and surplus, that's fine.
Right, so you end up with one that sits around not being used much.
Yeah,
which
and
is
then
still
it's
bad.
aging.
We're just gonna be doing that again with a new one.
I don't see it. I
Potential.
mean, if there was a demand for it, that's fine. But I don't see why we're spending money that we don't need to spend.
Just because we have it.
So on the public safety, you got 43,000 on SPOS six, if we didn't put it towards a car, which is fine anyway, but. Can you spend a little bit of it and then reallocate it to something else, or is there something that we need that we can't not getting out of our safety funds?
What about
Does
the
it make any
fire?
sense?
I mean, there's
SPOS
nothing
six
here for the
for
fire.
all those safety funds.
Yeah, fire department does need to follow through on some equipment purchases that we really have.
Right, I guess this is my question, we have pretty unlimited source, not unlimited, but we have a lot of money on safety that can go towards this, what you're talking about,
Yeah.
what we're talking about, I guess what I'm trying to say, like the
We're gonna move it to
recreation.
help with the bridge.
Yeah, if you do public safety, you could just run it, buy something with it, can we use the rest?
We've already spent 10,000 of it, so
Yes,
we
I
could
think
move
that's
the
Really
rest of it.
good. Right, move it to
Move it to
roads and
roads and
bridges,
bridges.
so all I got's that money is way up here in SPOS.
I think prioritizing
Number
that bridge
19.
and would be a much better use.
Doesn't make any sense, so we've got public safety money, so if we spend part of that, take the rest of that, I've already used this money. Up here at SPOS 19, which I added that 78,000, it'll give me a little closer to where I can actually put something for bid. That makes any sense.
Yeah, there's been a problem. Okay. Then I'll,
We'll just have to do that at an official meeting,
Yeah.
right, is that the
but that,
consensus to head that direction? For now, and then revisit the vehicle thing later?
Yeah, I'm not taking away from the vehicle, I was just trying to move some money, I know we got. money.
I think we did also need to get rid of the vehicle.
We'll get rid of, yeah, definitely do that, cause we still got two that are operational and relatively new, what, 5 years?
24.
24s?
Yes.
Is the Ford not needed? Is it, we have adequate without it? What would that
The reason
do?
we were getting rid of those two is because the part-time uses that Tahoe, and it's just become unsafe for them to use it, so.
So the third,
It's time to get rid of it, of those two. And just have the third one for the part-time that came in. It's just something to look toward, since they're getting older, one's got, they have 100,000 on it, chargers. If I had to, I'd try to fix it back up.
The cost of repairs too, it gets to a point, where you gotta look at that.
I would just say we come back to the third vehicle, go ahead and get rid of the two for now and see what that brings in. Then come back and revisit the need of the third, because right now we don't have a full-time officer, part-timers could use the other Tahoe.
Yeah, if
And
we
then
get,
you get,
if we get ready to hire somebody. then
Going, yeah, then we
can-
come back and look at this again.
And we have the
We go
funds and
ahead.
safety to take care of that, right?
I think so.
Or the other schools, so.
I was trying to shift.
Yeah, if we can shift that spot, I see what Craig's saying.
Yeah, for six, for sure.
There's no reason not. to
If we can
shift
shift that, we still have money in the camera.
You still have it.
To cover a vehicle purchase, we still got that. So that was, we,
I just don't like throwing money away on this. Vehicle keeps costing.
right. No, I agree with that.
SPOS 7, we haven't spent anything out of public, you haven't been, no. That's budgeted. So we have not spent anything out of SPOS 7 public safety, so we have to spend something in that one before we can move it.
Yeah, so the next,
But
our
six,
June, at our June council meeting, what we need to do is have it on the agenda that we're gonna surplus those vehicles, so we're gonna need. We need a cost, do we need an estimate of what the value is, to do that? I know some things with the fire department, I didn't have to be value, I can just,
no, but we need to decide is what if there's a minimum. If we want to put a minimum. Okay, if we want to do a sell bid or go deals or.
right, okay, so we'll decide that at the June council meeting, that'll bring us up to go ahead and. Move them out, I need to also get that stupid bread truck on there again,
Oh, please.
to do that, push it off into the board someday.
it's another one.
Is it wrong? Probably not, I've never tried, I'm not brave enough to.
You used to
Try to
store
turn
stuff
on.
and.
Yeah, we used to store water equipment. It was donated to us by Raven County Sheriff's Department, who was gonna use it as a tactical. Like a command post. They bought it from another local government. And we can't get a title, we can't find a title for it. So as Monroe County tags on it, I think.
How do you do the time?
You don't need it in Georgia, after 20 years, you don't have,
Okay.
you can just apply for a title, so. So yeah, we need to get that on go, because you're rid of
Yeah,
it.
anytime
We've already surplus.
You can get rid of junk and make things look better.
Yeah.
We can put that back on the front burner. So, all right,
We are the top 25 most visited state park in the nation. We need to look good.
well, then get the state to help us out financially. State park didn't have any money.
I know, but I'm just talking about the town benefits.
Yeah, it does, and more as, hopefully we can get some more business in there at some point too, hopefully the restaurant opens soon.
Yeah, listen,
I don't know,
I mean, they painted it,
I know, there's been a lot of activity,
yeah,
but I haven't heard officially.
I mean, it looks good.
Well, good business brings good business. I tell you, 1882 is, I
They're
mean,
rocking.
they're lined up the road.
Yeah. That's amazing.
They are, that has been the
That's
most
amazing. Yeah.
most
Yeah.
successful.
Yeah.
Type place like that I've ever seen in this town.
Yeah.
I've never seen traffic like I'm seeing there.
Yeah, we're eventually gonna have to do something about, well, we'll have parking up Main Street at some point, but, yeah, we've gotta do something about some parking for all that.
Yeah, they need Oversley Park.
oh, speaking of parking and the. Safety, they're smaller, like. If somebody wanted a copy of that, I can't copy the size and. Alright,
I can break you some.
okay. Larry Nicholson, so.
Yeah.
All right,
Everybody,
anything else? You got all we need from us?
I had two questions, the I don't know what category it falls on, like, when we do investigations, I know we just, the town had to have an investigation police department. How much was approved to spend on that? Has that been finished, the results?
It'll be billed under as a legal expense because it was an attorney that did it, but. It has not been brought to council yet.
We didn't approve anything.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that's still in the progress, okay. And then, anytime you say you're from Tallulah Falls, you always have to get an elevator speech, so I'm asking for an elevator speech, please. Other than our wonderful park and falls in town, they bring up the 2 point whatever monies that were collected from the camera. So what is, that was an elevator speech, and some says, what is the town doing with that money? I know y'all get asked that, I get asked that so much, so.
So far, we've given it away, have we not?
I mean, we got,
I mean,
We have
that's the
shared it
best thing you tell somebody,
with the-
hell, go ask all the police departments around here what they've got.
Maybe we get
Ask
that,
DNR what they've
I
got.
think that's a good thing.
I
that
mean,
they
ask
get-
everybody that we've given stuff to.
I
for
think,
free.
I think that's a great thing that they get public, you know, we have.
Everybody just
something.
doesn't understand, it doesn't get spent on nothing. I mean, what we spent has gone to safety. It has.
Yeah, so the departments, like you said, are organizations,
Triangle Rescue Team,
The
the
whole list.
counties
The
got
schools.
drones.
I would
the park
like to,
got
do
a
that.
drone.
That's very, maybe even.
I know, you're on explanation, I'm telling you, that's where, that's what needs to be, that's what.
That needs to be shared. in
That's
the-
right. You
What
whatever.
you say is you need a talking point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need to talk like, yeah, like they've given money towards da 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 da
Right.
da.
When someone asks me, I tell
Plus,
Okay, well, I don't have
them,
that.
shuts them up pretty
And what
quick.
it be.
But it would be good if we had just a talking point. Everybody's on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
I
helpful.
think it's
Yeah.
Raymond,
Everything's asking.
DNR.
Yeah. And I think,
and they're 55,000 apiece, is that some?
DNR's was a little less than the other.
No, we did.
I mean, maybe put that out, like you said, because that's great news that our town is doing.
Yeah, as a PR page.
We need a good PR piece.
I mean, safety equipment was one of the first purchases for the school.
Yeah.
right,
In their emergency alarm, I mean, their.
Yeah,
The emergency alert system.
Lord, so.
All right, when we put some money in CDs to help fund future police, you know, we did all that, I mean, that's all out. there.
PR.
It's not a bad thing.
PR. Yeah.
And you're
We got
Y'all
money.
are
for the
doing a great
safety
job, but
corps.
y'all are not looked at that way, is my point.
The
Yeah.
safety
So-
corridor, the rock house.
Yeah, the safety.
They don't
corridor
understand that it can
just
also be used.
design, but still, it's a concept trying
Yeah.
to improve.
So when y'all are producing this budget to the public, that has to be put in the paper, maybe do a PR thing, so people, have, yeah.
Yeah,
whether,
it wouldn't hurt.
No, no PR is smart.
I don't know, I was talking about.
Can you have?
No, we need PR, it's always good to have. Okay, thank you for that.
Do we have a volunteer for public relations?
Oh, you.
You give me the information and I'll wish I could wordsmith something, but it would be good to have, and the mayor's good to wordsmith, you put it out in the paper. You know, on our website, things the town has contributed towards. Yeah.
And we've got a lot allocated for continuing of those types of projects that,
People don't know what they
we've
don't.
saved it, it hasn't been,
Right.
all of it's not been spent yet, but.
Yeah.
Again, this public safety, program, that would be wonderful.
Yes,
Huge.
yeah.
it's gonna kind of self-announce.
Gotta get it designed.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
y'all.
All right.
Done, let's have a motion to adjourn. Jimmy makes a motion, Scott seconds, all in favor, unanimous. All right,
Thanks for putting it together, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well done, thank you.
You do all the work.
yeah, no, it's.
We don't really do anything.
We appreciate it. I'm glad it was easier with the new software. Though we do miss your Python.
Oh,